Hi everybody, hi every spirit, welcome very much to our podcast. EsoteriCloudSurfer here and
Daarya?
ready to start Spirit to All.
All.
Thank you very much for your presence in another one of our episodes. Your support is greatly appreciated. We wish you the best thoughts,
Ideas
feelings,
and emotions.
a whole bunch of individuality
Creativity.
and responsibility as well. Check the links in the description down below to mine's and Darya's content and support the channel, support Darya's channel. She also has her channel. Subscribe, leave a like, comment, give more ideas for future topics and things like that. And let's go. Shout out to my SoulGroup and to everybody out there, showing to the world that the best way to be is to be yourself.
Real shit.
And that's it. Let's go. Let's start today's episode of Spirit to All, where me and Daarya make spirit available to all, which already is. We just need to be like to remember that,
Realize.
or to stop blocking yourself. So,
shit.
to make things a little bit different today, Daarya, you want to present the first topic?
Yeah. So this was one of the topics that EsoteriCloudSurfer presented. And the name of the topic, which I will remember from head, is Good Criminals.
Ah, okay. Yes, versus bad
criminals.
Or the right criminals versus wrong criminals.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's a very good first topic
Okay.
for today. And
so what do you have to say about that?
I think, like, first we have to initiate
Yeah.
the differentiation, the separation, because many people think that you have one type of criminals, people that go against the law, right? And they go to jail, they pay fines, they whatever, right? But that's not true. Those are the bad or the wrong criminals, okay? And you can joke and say, oh, the wrong criminals are the only ones that get caught. And okay, that's kind of right, you know, but that's just the tip of the iceberg, right? Because if those are the bad or the wrong criminals, the ones that go to jail or get caught, what are the good criminals? So the good criminals are the ones that do crime in the right way. Hold on, in the right way? Are you speaking well, EsoteriCloudSurfer? Are you well? Yes, I am. Thank you for asking. No, I'm just joking. But the good criminals, you understand what I say if you understand what is a crime or what is a criminal, okay? And we can start understanding that by realizing or by reflecting on the fact that many people say that politicians are thieves or they are clowns, they are always taking people's money, and that the system doesn't work right, and that's where it all starts, because the system works right, because the system was designed to work in that way, okay? The system was designed to use the people that are in the system, and then you have people that they own the system, not just the factories or the companies, intellectual property speaking, and states speaking, spiritual states, but that's for another topic, right? So, if you do the quote-unquote crime in the way that it was designed to do, you are a criminal, but you are the right criminal, because you are doing business, okay? So, in a way, business or crime is business, and either you do business and crime the right way or the wrong way, right? So what is the right way is to make those types of like money laundering, you know, or those types of population control, you know, and in some events it might go against the law, those actions, but they are kind of quote-unquote forgiven,
justified,
or they pass a blind eye. While if a person from outside of the system, or no, a person from the system that is within is being used by the system, if they do business in the way of the people that own the system, they get punished.
Yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So just to finish the point here, a bad criminal is somebody that does business not in the shadow government's way. And a good criminal is somebody that do what people think is bad, but it's actually what the system was designed to do.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I think not only the bad criminals are like doing things out of their system, but sometimes and many times we can observe that many bad criminals try to do something from this system, or the system that has the prisons, the jurisdictional
Yes.
that those properties and those intellectual properties,
Yeah.
as you were saying, the bad criminals are defined as the people that try to use those quote-unquote intellectual properties, and not quote-unquote because it is intellectual properties, from the government or whoever they are trying to copy
From
and
the structure.
try to do it in their way, but in a
for their own desires.
For their own desires, or they are like fanatic about a certain religion or a certain concept. True. And so they are basically pawns.
Yeah.
And the ones that are shown to the people as the bad criminals, as
because then they are used as scapegoats.
Yeah.
So then the people that are quote unquote on their side, they were a part of that crime, but it's chill for them.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it was supposed for them to do that in a way.
Yeah, exactly. And then there is always that scapegoat who people can point a finger to, like this bum from Ohio now can go and do I don't want to say these words here, but like a crime that you see on the news and everybody's like terrified of their life and their kids' lives and things like that, pointing to a bum somewhere as if that is the real criminal.
True. Many times there is actually a plan behind those events.
And
I see.
Many times like the fire, the smoke that you see is not the fire.
Yeah, true.
You know, so you have to look really behind or beneath those smokes, because those are like kind of covering the veil of something that is happening at the same time, and things like that. And
then I think it's important for us to cover this point, which is people think that certain, like what we call crimes, are like you shouldn't do that, but actually if you want to get in a position in their system, it's actually what you need to do. And you just need to do it in a sleek way,
real shit,
behind closed doors way, use others.
And many times that's what you don't see from the celebrities and from the people that are in power in their system, or in the system that we see in the media and things like that, is how they got to that position. You will never hear them say their business plan, how they achieved a certain milestone, without saying something very broad about what they did, right? So you see that there is a clear behind closed door system. That's something you might aspire to be like someone, right? And you might not know what did they do behind closed doors, so you try to do it as well, right? You try to be that badass businessman,
but you don't reach the same space,
or you notice and start to see people that you didn't thought you would see, like people shaking hands. You start hearing conversations in certain groups, and then you start to realize that there is much more going on behind closed doors that you have to achieve in order for you not to get caught, in a sense.
Or just to reach the position that you wanted to reach, but you didn't know you had to do certain things.
And it also,
in order to reach it.
It also depends a lot on your spirit and how you do things. Because you might want to reach a position that another motherfucker did a lot of killings to do, and you just
Yeah.
came there naturally on your own way. So
True.
your hands are clean,
True.
and their hands are dirty. So in a sense, even if they are not caught right now,
Yeah.
they will be caught. So you may call them
Even
as
just
good.
by themselves,
Yeah.
they're caught by themselves.
So even you might say they are good criminals at a certain point, but there will be a certain point where they will be used as a
Yeah.
pawn to be as a bad criminal.
Yeah.
Like, oh, he was a actor for so many years, and now we discover this, and he now did something to children, and like now he
Through
has a
some
bad
yeah.
persona, and that's a bad criminal at that
Yeah.
point.
True, because many times they didn't even did those things.
Yeah, many times.
They were just doing crime in the wrong way,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And now to finish up this point, I think we should make a resume to define what is good crime and what is bad crime.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we have here a few like perspectives that we can look at. We can look at the intention behind it, or the like, are you doing it for yourself, or are you doing it for an external cause that many times they presented, you know. Because if you do those quote unquote crimes, and then we have also, before we go here more into the mental and spiritual realm, we have to like define more in a more physical way some examples of what is a bad crime and a good crime.
Mm-hmm.
So many times most of times what is different is like the way you do it, a bad way or a good way, but there is some like physical representations that we can see.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So
Yeah.
a very quote unquote bad crime, which is killing people, right? Almost everybody thinks that's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
We agree.
Yeah.
That's wrong. You shouldn't kill people. But you have people that kill other people, and some of them go to jail or they suffer consequences. Others receive money or receive security, right?
Yeah.
So we have one action that can be a bad crime or a good crime,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
right? Killing people,
Mm-hmm.
right? So if you killed the guy that cheated on you with your girlfriend, or the guy that is now taking your best friend away because they have a common interest, and you get all emotional and you wanna and you go ahead, you pull the trigger, you might go to jail. But if you somehow killed somebody in the shadow government's kind of way that fits their agenda, you might get away clean, or you might even be rewarded.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, because then you might not even be the one killing the person, right? So whoever you hired or for that work, for example, is not even you that did. So by default there is already a washing hands
True.
kind of system there.
Yeah, but I hope you guys are understanding the difference, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then we have like still robbing the bank, you know? You can rob the bank physically, you go there with a crew, like GTA, that's quote unquote a bad crime. But if you rob a bank because that bank needs to fail, it needs to open bankruptcy in order to initiate a whole process that makes the system continue to flow in their own way. You maybe you were hired to make a bank go down. So you're doing crime, you're doing business, but in the right way. You are still robbing the bank, but in a way that benefits the owners of the bank somehow.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Or the ones that are rivaling, quote unquote, with
True.
the bank.
So do you think we have here a clear understanding?
Yeah.
Anything, just ask in the comments down below.
Yeah.
We can make a video, we can make a live. So, because I like to give real examples, but as I said it many times, it just depends on how you do it.
Indeed.
Or the intention behind it.
Yeah, because it's how you do it, and then you do it, what you do. So you have to take in account both. It's not just one. sometimes how you do it even is the best way. If you don't know what to do, you just how you do things will already manifest you will manifest already into a position where you do things that you want to do.
Yeah.
But
And many times it just has to do with the feeling of guilt.
yeah,
If you already feel guilty, like that's actually a good topic for a future podcast, which is like stealing does not exist
yeah,
because somebody made you like afraid or feeling guilty, and then if you still feeling guilty, it's way more probable that you'll be caught or something like that.
yeah,
But yeah, we have good crime and we have bad crime. It's all like actions that in general are considered to be bad, and that if you do it you're gonna be punished, but if you do it in certain ways you will actually be rewarded. Okay, but remember, not every money is good money, not every association is good association, but it's like you can do certain things. Yeah, this is the main point that I want you guys to be clear about. There is certain things that we think it's bad and that will make us be punished by the authorities or by our neighbors, by our peers. But if you do those things in the right way, sometimes that's actually the only way to go to a certain position.
yeah.
It's actually the only way to expand your awareness.
Real shit.
We just need to do it in the right way, with the right people, not talking with the right people as well.
At the right place, at the right environment.
Yeah.
And really be accountable for that
True.
position.
So yeah, that's really the main like aspect of this topic. Many things that there are even like in the constitution that you can do. Many people do it because they are even hired to do it. It's needed, or you know, just some things that people think it's bad to do. It's actually
exactly, because at the first point there is nothing bad or good, right? There is this, right? There is that event, that move that you did, that thing, and then it's is it good? Is it bad? Is it something that was beneficial for you and the environment or not? And so then people will take its own conclusions, you take your own, assumptions.
But yeah, I think I'm having little troubles explaining this because like 99% of the world, they are under a certain light, they are under a certain mentality.
Yeah, exactly.
So by default, they're gonna think that bankrupting a bank is bad, and they are hurting the people, assumption. But they don't care about the people in that way, because they have a broader perspective. They are not controlling, but they are running a huge ass business, you know, and they have to do it in certain ways, you know. And for them, the right way might be like get a lot of families with no money because the bank went bankrupt, but now the people who run the bank and the companies associated with the bank, for them that was good. So a guy or two might go to jail in order for the people to feel justified, but that whole quote-unquote bad thing was actually beneficial for the system. So I want to be that clear, and I think we already divagated a bit too much, and I want to leave this clear, you know. And you know, bad crime, good crime, it's not bad, it's just like business, okay? But then you have your business, your personal business.
Because all of that is powered by motivation, is powered by some form of taking a leap, taking a step to a change, to a gain, towards a goal. There's always a goal in a crime, even if it's like emotional whim. What happens with like shootings and things like that is really, if it's just emotional, it's kind of a bad crime.
True. Yeah, because mainly the people that run the system, they are not very emotional, or they are afraid of the emotions, they're afraid of the dark, they're afraid of the feminine. So by default, because many laws or many like law related stuff are born out of insecurities.
Yeah,
you
and
know,
punishment.
and punishment.
Yeah, indeed.
So if you do things free of that, you are doing crime in the good way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
just like in a smarter way,
Mm-hmm.
without being too demonic about that, without bragging too much, without attaching that to like money and stability. It's more like you do that in a certain way, you know, and then
as well as
people even like that, and people want you to do that, you know,
real shit.
and they support you.
Yeah, because you are able to leap or not even go on to no fear about it. You know, you are able to transmute that like fear or frustration onto something that you are secure and like motivated about, and even the people and the ambience around you is motivated about it.
And I just thought about a good example to finish up the topic now for real, because we're not telling you to go then rob banks or participate in pyramid schemes and things like that. And actually that's another good topic, which like many like the regular jobs, they are pyramid schemes in a way, but then we explain that. So a good example is like this. Imagine I remember I was on a live stream and somebody was like they play an instrument, right, and they wanted to play on the street, and in their location you need a permit from the city hall to play on the street or something like that, right? And you can imagine two people go play on the street, right? They are committing a crime because they need a permit, but they don't have a permit, right? And one of them has no troubles, right? One of them has no troubles. They are doing crime in the right way. Okay, even the cops pass by, but because that guy, he's on a good energy, the music he's playing is cool, the cops even enjoy it, and they let it pass for that day. You know, they don't find him on that day. The other dude, he might like be afraid, or he might be like in a destructive phase on his life. He not even the cops will arrest him, just like the people will like hate him and push him out of the streets.
Yeah, because then you act on if you are more into negative energy, which is receiving, which is holding and collecting.
Mixturing, making the hue, making darkness.
Exactly.
And you can see things clearly.
Making a whirl, a swirl, a water pool.
Whirlpool.
And when you are there in a more negative state, in a more receiving state, and especially if it's powered by fear, you are attracting a lot of fearful spirits as well, or kind of like with that same energy of frustration and chaos, or
I need to do this in order to survive.
Yeah, let me call the cops because I feel this guy is ruining the mood or whatever. And just when you go onto when you, for example, go to the streets and play some you're playing some music from your heart, you're just enjoying the sunny day on the beach, you know, and you are powering your own energy onto the atmosphere, onto the space, so you are being more positive in a sense, you are being more giving, so people are more receiving.
True.
More receptive, and then that's how you interact with the environment, and so one guy may be punished, the other is just chilling.
The cops even give him a good tip.
Yeah.
You know, because they're enjoying the music, they're enjoying the guy, they're enjoying the moment as well.
So it's all about the moves, and there will be no like wrong or right.
True, it's just the moment.
Yeah.
And then you can take this example and apply to any type of things that you hear on the news, or you hear your neighbors or friends talk about how that guy did this type of move in a certain way and make a lot of money, you know, things like that.
Yeah.
You know. So, let's go. It was a great topic.
Mm-hmm. So, we are going to our second topic?
Yes. It's about time to make a topic change.
Hey, it's the second topic. Hey, it's the second topic change.
Let's go.
Let's
So, today's topic is brought to us by EsoteriCloudSurfer and Daarya. Remember to check the links on the description down below. And it's about sleeping. It's about sleeping, and it's about the time that you sleep. The physical time that we measure with clocks and shit does not really matter. What matters is your time. It's how your spirit passes through that time. Okay?
Yeah.
And we have to touch real quick on the concept of sleeping. Sleeping is just your space, right? During the day, it's paying more attention to the body, to your feelings, to your ideas, to your imaginations. In the world and about the world. But always during the day, you drift off into space, you start to think about something else, that it's not what you're doing, you start to think about things that you want and that you desire, and sometimes you just start to think about the patterns that you see in your surroundings, you start to remind that conversation, whatever, that's already you gaining more space, that's already your space, your spirit going out of your surroundings and your physicality. And then sleep is just that, but even more separation. It's your spirit, it almost literally leaves the body. Most people die in their sleep, and that's one of the best ways to go. It means you were already in a more free space. But that's for another topic. So when you go to sleep, your spirit basically gets out of the body, okay, and goes. So when you sleep, you go to your own space, because you are always in your space, but during the day you have more things in your space, and when you go to sleep, you separate from that, so you are more on your space. You are more free, you reflect more, you travel, you create and generate and regenerate, and you make a genesis. You
create realizations.
So that's basically sleep. So what is important is how your spirit does that, what we call sleep. So if your spirit detaches a lot and gets to a freer, lighter space, when it comes back to the body, it's more charged, or it has more power, it has more awareness, it has more wisdom and knowledge to conduct the body.
Because
it has more charge.
Because you are connected to your space, which is all possibilities. Anything is possible from something that is no thing. So it's not a thing.
Yeah. So you might sleep 8 hours, but your spirit wasn't able to detach from a worrying that you had. So your spirit, when you wake up, your spirit is really tired of being in that space. So you tired, you kind of mad, you kind of moody, right? And sometimes you can sleep like 4 hours, and you wake up super like ready, super fresh, because you went really deep into your space. You went really deep into your primordial waters, and you spent a lot of time in your own, like, I'm imagining turquoise, but also kind of deep blue waters that refresh and replenish your spirit, but it's like kind of ironic, because you replenish by separating, by being less, basically,
because you start worrying more when you are
wearing out.
You are wearing out that specific thought form, that specific spaceship or awareness that you had, that you don't want to let go. So you are worrying and creating more and more routine and pattern in when you are supposed to let go, for example. So that's when that freeing up from that mentality that you are paying so much attention to, into a space of all possibilities where you can create any other shape and form, and you know that your own spirit is it's timeless, basically. It's infinite.
Yes, but how does that connect with the amount of time that you sleep is not important?
because as you are able to detach from your from any specific way of being as you are awake, you are able to come back no matter how much time in the physical world has
True.
passed. You can
True.
just close your eyes, for example, and go through
True.
a whole journey.
True, what people call power naps.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah.
Like maybe 15 seconds, and
Yeah.
there was a whole journey.
True. That happens to me.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm doing something for a long time, or I'm just tired in that day,
Mm-hmm.
and then I just close my eyes for a little bit, and I feel a total separation from the external world and a total immersion into the internal world.
Indeed.
Then I come back with a more clear awareness, fresher, with more motivation
Real shit.
to do whatever I was doing.
Real shit.
And yeah, that's what's really important. It's how your spirit does the sleep, how much you can detach from your awake life experiences, so your spirit can come back ready. Because it's all about your you get tired, right? Your spirit gets tired. It's like if you love a certain show, but if you watching that show for 5 hours, it's not your favorite show anymore. You might start to hate it.
Yeah.
And it's all about that. And sleep, but then in many areas that reflects into many areas, but life is basically that.
Yeah, indeed.
Know how to get and that's actually a good topic.
Yeah.
I can explore how to get tired, or what tired means. And sleep is you go to sleep because you feel tired, right? And that just explains everything.
Yeah.
So if your spirit goes into a different space, goes into a more light, more free, with less junk space, it means you are not in the space where you were during your awake life. So your spirit can't be tired of that space because it's not there anymore. You're refreshing, you are resting, you are doing the rest.
Indeed.
You are doing something that was not done in a long time. So in 2 hours your spirit might detach way more than sleeping 12 hours. So you might feel more refreshed, or more ready, or more clear if you sleep 6 hours instead of what they recommend. The right amount of time is 8 hours. You know, so
anytime you can even sleep 12 hours.
Yeah.
You know, and feel tired, wake up tired.
And sometimes you sleep 12 hours, and for your spirit it was like a week. They were like, because sometimes you can go really deep in those like 12 hours.
Yeah.
Or you take a nap and it was like 2 hours, but it felt like 12 hours. Because you went really deep. Your spirit was really, it spent a lot of time away from here.
Indeed.
So I think we have a good topic here,
indeed.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go for the third topic. Remember that you can request topics in the comments down below.
Oh yeah.
Topic change.
Hey. Beat. Beat. It's a topic change for the 333. 333. Yeah.
All right. So the third topic of today, it's a topic that it came from my own Aquarian way to think about the world, right? So it's a bit weird, but let me explain to you. It's nothing too scary, okay? It's Aquarius, it's not Scorpio. It's just weird as in a nerdy way, or like when you tell a bad joke and people be like, because it's so bad that it's kind of funny, you know? And then Scorpio, it's weird, like what? That's so weird. What the you know, Aquarius, it's like, that guy is just weird, you know? But it's relatable because it's air. And then Aquarius can be real about some, and he was like, I thought this guy was crazy, but bro, when it's about that thing, he really got
real.
it. Yeah. But it's not about that. The third topic is not about that. It's just me explaining where this thought came from. So, and then I need to introduce you to the fact that I play Age of Empires 4. Check me online, live on Twitch almost every day, right? And I came to a realization that not many people lives, but there is a certain type of people that their lives are less complicated, or not complicated, are less complex, have less depth than a match of Age of Empires 4. And why do I say that? Because in where I live, there is a lot of people, like older, you know, really, really older, like in their 60s, in their 50s. and their whole life it's all about work or routine and pattern. So they got really focused in doing a certain thing in that way. And then if you or somebody else that it's like working there or you having dinner in their house, and if you place the fork slightly to the left or you make the bread in a slightly different way, they get really pissed at you and be like, no, it needs to be in that way. And you'd be like, why? And they'd be like, because that's the right way. That's how I do it.
But
That's
why?
how we, yeah.
But why? That's just how we do it, you know.
And then their life is just very focused about that, you know. And this is like an example of survival mode when you're just surviving. You're just focusing on something that it's not really important in the big scheme of things.
Bullshit.
And it was just like me jokingly reflecting on of one of the definitions of what being a demon is, because being a demon is not being, it's not just being like bad or aggressive or toxic or draining. You can be a demon without hurting people around you. You can be a demon just to yourself because you are stuck or you are focusing too much on little things.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why the devil card in tarot is the Capricorn, cardinal earth, where you create limits and boundaries. You create things that deny you all possibilities, and you become a devil because you focus on how you hit the nail. Imagine you work in construction and you work there for 30 years, so it's so important to you to hit the nail in a certain way. And now I'm working there and I hit the nails in a certain way, and it makes you flip because you have a higher position. You use that higher position fictional power to make pressure on me. Now you have to hit the nails in that way. I don't give a fuck. I'm just waiting to go home to make my spiritual videos and to go live on Twitch and to make my paintings and shit like that.
Yeah, real
I'm
shit.
here thinking about how the alignments of today are affecting me. How can I be open to all possibilities? Or how can I tolerate your ass without being toxic to myself? You know? And they're like, you see the nail in this way to the left, you know, because that's how we do it here. And then that frustrates me because I have that Aquarius, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I like to work in a team,
Yeah.
but I like it to be open and
Yeah.
fresh and
And
flexible.
in your own way.
And everybody has its own way.
Exactly. And that's the most powerful demonstration of teams and being in a work space, in a place where you have to be with people and conversate and have some form of relatability and relationship. You really have to be open to let everybody do their thing, but directed to this purpose, or even just explain how something is this way or should be this way, because many times that's what I see, they never explain or like
True.
people that are so on their high horse, but like always
Yeah.
telling you what to do, but no
They're
matter
very happy because they know it.
no matter what position they are, poor, rich, fat, slim, or whatever, in any position there will be someone telling you what to do. You ask them why, and then there is just a smirky response just because you asked why, or there is just no explanation for why there's something that you should do.
And many times that's done like in work scenarios, right?
Mm-hmm.
So many times those little actions or those little ways
Mm-hmm.
to do things that they are so focused on, they're not like profitable. They will not change the production level of that business.
Mm-hmm.
That will not make them, the business or the boss, richer.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
Yeah.
they created a way to be comfortable in that environment, you know.
Yeah.
And you are perturbing their little nest.
True.
But we already sounding to Aquarius. We're already sounding to
but that also happens.
Judging Almighty, you know.
Yeah, but that also happens in families and just
True.
when you are a kid.
But then it has a different impact to it, because it's that family it's more close to us, but
Mm-hmm.
I see the reflection. Yeah, like your parents tell you,
Mm-hmm.
do this in that way.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Especially
why?
when you are a kid, like you are little, you are asking the most important questions.
Yeah.
And
Why
they
do we
don't,
exist?
and many times they don't know how to fucking answer it, or they answer it in a lying way. They lie to you, or they just tell something.
Because sometimes they be afraid because they also don't know.
Yeah.
And they be like, whoa, I don't know what my kid is asking. And they be like full of insecurities and error
Yeah,
for
and
a fork
avoiding.
and process. Yeah.
Mm.
And they be like, no,
Yeah.
do it that way. Just aggressive. And we like kids and we be like, ah, okay. We be like,
Yeah.
you
And
know,
that's what stops us many times from searching
exploring,
for
yeah.
answers.
True.
But not the strong spirits, or not
Nah.
the spirits that are really passionate
Yeah.
about what they want to do. So
Yeah. Yeah.
no matter the blockages outside on your family or in your work, always have the best approach and really analyze for yourself and see the situation for yourself, and search for the answers that you are looking for, because you always have an answer, and not just one. You have so many multiple answers that you can explore, you know.
Yeah. And now, to finalize the topic, we have to explain what is or what level of complexity is Age of Empires match,
Mm-hmm.
right? So if you want to know, go check me live on Twitch, right? But I can resume to you. EsoteriCloudSurfer on Twitch. Check the links in the description down below to reach my. I was thinking about that. To reach my Twitch channel. So Age of Empires, it's online matches. You can play 1v1, 2v2, 3v3 or 4v4, but the ranked matches and the competitive scene are played in 1v1, and it's you against another player or playing with another player, and there is a total of 8 civilizations. You can pick any civilization, you can pick the same civilization and go against each other with the same civilization, and then there is the map, and there is different bonuses, different units, upgrades, building houses, placing meals, as drop-off points, producing economic units, producing villagers, producing priests, prelates, monks, knights or men-at-arms, or then you have resources in the map, and you might go for gold, you might go for food, you might go and then you have different types of food. You have deer, you have fish, you have sheep, you have berries, you have the boar, and then you have stone, you have gold, and then you have like civilizations that have a bonus on gathering wood, civilizations that have a bonus on gathering gold, you know. And then you have to make decisions. You can build a archery range to build archers, you can build a stable to build horses, and then if that civilization is more defensive, you have to build these many units, and then you can build siege to break down walls, you can build walls, you can build keeps, you can place keeps in your gold, you can make trading with caravans of camels and that bring you resources.
The towers, the upgrades
you can place outposts and upgrade your towers and your keeps. You can go for the relics, for the sacred sites. You can win by destroying all the landmarks from the opponent. You can choose between the landmarks, or if you play with Chan, you can have all the landmarks on your disposal. You know, so there is many variants, and we are exaggerating a little bit. Like I said, this was like me jokingly reflecting on an aspect of my physical reality, but sometimes even conversations that I hear or that I have are less complex than a match of Age of Empires, you know.
Yeah.
And it was just like a jokingly way of me understanding how a demonic state is.
Indeed.
You know.
Because you can use because I see this level of complexities as always, you know, you see the details in things.
True.
You see how
True.
things are. You go with the lens and you see smaller and smaller, and you can see more and more and more, and you know how to connect that to see the bigger picture.
Yeah, that's Virgo and Pisces.
Yeah, and
Virgo seeing the details, Pisces connecting that into a bigger picture.
Yeah, and this is all about
that
how
makes
you
sense though.
Focus in. And that's all about how you focus then your ability to analyze all of those complexities and patterns and details of whatever you are paying attention to. right?
True.
So
Ooh, and I just realized that many times those people that they are so focused in that aspect of their work, not many times. That's what I thought. Okay, I thought that in generality, they like get stuck or they don't expand their awareness because their work or the money that they receive from their work is also not being applied into a bigger cycle, into a bigger whirlpool,
proportion,
into a bigger currency,
indeed.
and then they just keep it at a lower level.
Yeah, because that is what is like, you know, you can fulfill yourself, but you want more, but you want to expand as a space, so you can fulfill yourself more, and so whatever you are, okay, you fulfill yourself with the energies that you fulfill yourself with, based upon what you pay attention to, right? And you want to expand as a spirit to experience more. So whenever you are stuck in one position, you think you cannot leap.
True.
So you go back to the comfortable, in a sense of you are ending a cycle.
And sometimes people create a comfort space in an uncomfortable situation.
Exactly.
Just
that
appearances,
is,
but
that,
go. You are in a cycle.
Yeah. You are in a cycle, and you take a leap. You have a choice there, right? And you have a time where you shed and you die, and you or transcend into a more greater version or a greater expanded awareness, and you can see in a more broader way, right? You can analyze and go further, see the picture more away, and go in more clearly, right? But you have to know how to jump low and come back high, right? And many people go on to the route in that point, right, of transformation. When you go through that point, many people decide to go back onto doing the same routines and patterns, doing the same thing over without changing their approach, without changing their way to see their work, changing how they eat, changing or even just how they see things in the most basic way. So then that's when a spirit or like that spaceship starts to die, right?
Yeah, expire.
Yeah, because a spirit never dies, but that spirit believes that it's that form, so it will die in a sense, because that form dies. A form always dies.
But they're always trying to give life to death.
Yeah. Going back.
Yeah.
Going to their
living backwards.
Past, going to their that transformation point. Then instead of transcending and going, that spiral, you go from inside out and outward and more. They just go in the same cycle, in a sense, like Ouroboros eating their own tail, right? Thinking they are eating more, but they are eating the same.
Yeah. And that's just how I saw the world, and I see the world in some areas or in some people in my physical space. Their lives are less complex than a match of Age of Empires. You're Aquarius as rule block ass.
Hey, in Age of Empires you rank up.
You rank up.
But yeah, I think even like we see people when they eat their own tail, right? They supposedly go back to the same space. At the same time, their spirit is already like one more step to like, nope, I'm out of here.
True.
Because it's like you never lose time. You always gain experience. And your spirit will always be like, okay, this is the 4th time, the 5th time, the same thing over and over. So, okay, there's already a plan stepped out, because you stepped so many times onto the wrong stone, into the wrong stepping stone, that your spirit is one step further away from that body that you might associate yourself with, or not you, but somebody, maybe you. I don't know.
Yeah.
No, hopefully
So
not.
make sure that your service is attached to your purpose,
Mm-hmm.
and if it's not, don't get too focused, don't get too frustrated, don't
Yeah,
get
don't
too
go
attached.
too much into the details.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if it is attached to your purpose, to your spiritual mission,
Yeah.
you better be ready to go to war for it.
Mm-hmm.
And many times, the war is with yourself.
Real shit. Because only you got the keys to your own temple.
Indeed. And it's just, life doesn't need to be complex, but
Mhm.
there is a certain degree of complexity in life.
Yes.
And we just have to understand it, accept it, and use it. And then it's fun. And then you understand, if life didn't have that level of complexity,
Mm-hmm.
it will be boring.
Yeah.
You as a spirit wouldn't be expanding,
Mhm.
wouldn't be learning and seeing new things.
Yeah.
And that process of feeling challenged, feeling pressured, feeling that you are doing a small thing because you need to support your ability to be spiritually in a higher space, but you need a physical secure space, aka you are at work. You know, you are at work working for that money to pay the bills,
Mm-hmm.
so you can be here and imagine and experience
Yeah.
new things.
Real shit. You
You
are
know?
already expanding.
But then you start creating a business, or you start investing your money in the right areas, so then you don't need to work. You have something that works for you,
Mm-hmm.
and/or with you, so you
Mhm.
don't need to sell your time. And yeah, that's already out of topic, okay? But there is a certain degree of complexity to life,
Mhm.
and that means that you are doing the right thing. When
Yeah.
you overcome it, when you uh, get the challenges done,
Mhm.
and you feel like you were pressured and you feel tired, but you feel you just got stronger and you can do even better, or you can pass through harder times
Yeah.
feeling lighter, it means your spirit is understanding, it's enjoying, and it's adding up
Mhm.
that level of complexity.
Yeah.
So make sure that your life is, in certain moments, more complex than Age of Empires 4. Let's go.
Let's go.
And I think that's it for today. What do you
Yeah.
think, Miss Daarya?
I think
You-
this
you-
was a
It was a good one?
yeah.
You think it was a good one? Or you
Yeah.
have another topic you would like to discuss?
I don't have anything on top of my mind right now.
No? So let's leave it for next week.
Yes.
We'll be back,
Next
guys.
quarter.
Remember to check, next quarter, through, not week, quarter, next quarter. Make sure to check the other episodes of our podcast available on my YouTube channel, and follow links in the description down below. Support the channel, support me, support Miss Daarya, and support yourself.
Let's go.
Till the next time, I hope you love yourself. I hope you believe in all possibilities. I hope you have faith, belief, and imagination on your own power,
In
control,
your own
and
self.
authority. And I love you all, and I see you next time.
I wish you enjoy yourself. Thank you so much for listening. We greatly appreciate you, and may you enjoy everything that you are doing right now, and may your spirit be free and always believing in your own self.
Till the next time,
Daarya,
and as a EsoteriCloudSurfer, surfing out.
bye. Till next week.
Quarter. Till next quarter.
Till next quarter.